Welcome back, Minnesota United fans, and let's get into the player ratings from Minnesota United 3, San Jose 1. It was an unchanged lineup from last week. Rodriguez started up top. Didn't have his best night. Wasn't getting a lot of calls. The ref really wasn't whole intrigued with the whole uh, fouls. He really didn't call a lot both ways, so it was tough for Angelo, who has a lot of center backs grab onto him, tug him around. Real handsy jersey pulls everywhere. Wasn't really finding him doing that. He found a lot of space and he did his best job. But there's a lot of times where he couldn't get a hold into his hold up play. Wasn't his best night. I have to give him a 7 out of 10, maybe a 6. Ibarra played all right. He worked really hard, like always. He had a really nice touch. He had some fancy flicks. Played really solid. So definitely a 7 out of 10. A couple things he could have done better defensively. Um, Offensively, there was a couple things where he couldn't lack creativity in the final third. But played well. So a 7. Quintero, who played extremely well for being man marked the whole night, had a lot of passing, was really creating a lot of everything, finding spaces, doing everything. Definitely gets a 9 out of 10 for me tonight. He played really well, even though he gets subbed off early. For the 60 minutes he was on, he really dictated the play, and when he was off, our offense lacked. Dramatically, especially with Angelo with no hold up play. Darwin didn't really get into it while Toy was kind of finding himself. Anyway, Finley, who gets the first assist of the night to Darwin on a cross, played good. Played good. He does give up the foul for the first goal and picks up a yellow, but I'd say a 6 out of 10. Or 7 out of 10, because he does get the assist in the first goal. But if he doesn't get the assist, a 6, I think. A couple things that he can't quite do in the final third, but plays extremely well. Think he's a really direct player. He's a direct player compared to Darwin. Yeah, but Alonso played extremely well. Breaking up play with Gregus, I thought even though Gregus was yelling a little bit and couldn't really, a couple times couldn't really find his place hold into the match, was really a little bit complaining on teammates when they weren't making runs or moving. But I mean, he's a very vocal guy, it seems like, on the pitch. So as long as everything's working and he's not disrupting and butting heads with like how it was rumored that Angelo or not Darwin and Gregus were kind of butting heads on free kick issues and duties. It seems to be going a lot smoother now. But Alonso and Gregus played really well. I'd say both solid sevens tonight. Solid sevens. Gasper played extremely well. I thought couple times got beaten. He had some nice challenges, but defensively was sound. Got forward a couple times. Definitely a 7.5 out of 10. And Sonny Dotson didn't have his best night, but the rookie of the year, no doubt, what played solid. So I'd say a 6.57 tonight. Really solid performance. Didn't get forward as much as I'd like for him, because he does have a lot ability up forward. Right back is not his best position. I've heard his center mid is better, but it'd be nice if he could get forward a little bit more tonight. But what are you gonna do? You got the 3 points. Um, Opara with A really good defensive performance in Boxall. They handled Wondolowski really well on a lot of those cross balls, low cross balls from Espinoza. Both really, really good. Um, just no nonsense defending, just getting it out, and then when they can, playing it out of the back was nice. And it got the job done. It's been nice to have some solid center backs. Even though Coleman's been out of the team, I think he's a very good center back and can place into there sometimes. But this Boxall Par partnership has been outstanding. Don't know if you can break it up either too, because it's been really, really good. And Boxall and Opara both get eights for me tonight because the defense was sound. And the man of the match for me tonight is Vito Manone. And I have been a little bit critical of him, but tonight, amazing. You can't blame him for the first goal. It's extremely lucky redirect. Yeah, extremely lucky. But he had some exceptional saves from Eriksson, and some low save foot block saves. He was great tonight. Absolutely great. And so he'll get a 10 out of 10 man of the match. And we'll go into Mason the subs. Mason Toy was subbed on for Angelo in the 75th minute. I give him a 5 out of 10. I don't think for the 25 minutes he was on 30 almost. The last 15 were a lot better than the first 15, but he could have played better as a sub. I've seen Mason come on and do a lot for the team by holding the ball up, and tonight he really didn't do it as much. He almost tricked the left back or left center back into playing him through to his goal when he had a back pass to goal. Nicked his foot and he didn't really get control of it after and ended up going back to the goal. But he had some good movement sometimes, but when we'd clear the ball up to him with him and Darwin by himself, they really didn't understand where each other should be. I don't know if it's just because they don't play with each other enough, or one of them wasn't playing as well as Mason wasn't finding his right spaces or not, because Darwin played extremely well tonight. But then Darwin comes off for Olam, and Kevin Molino comes on for Miguel Barla in the 83rd, and we're setting up shop. Molino to play a little bit defensive, but help kind of control the ball and get to play the ball out too. Olam was gonna come in with Greg Goose and Alonso and kind of just sit right in front of the back three and help them break it up and do what they can to break it up. And Olam played really well, breaking it up a lot and bringing the ball up and making some nice passes. I'd say he comes in solid 7 out of 10 for the little bit of time he was on. And Kevin Molino picks up a goal. So it definitely an 8 out of 10 from him. He came on, made an impact when Darwin wasn't doing his job by helping get the ball up. Kevin Molino slotted in and kind of helped out with that. And Kevin really fits into that backup Darwin role really, really nicely as a super sub and stuff. And I really am a fan of Kevin, how technical he is and how good he is. I wasn't too high on him when we first signed him, but he's definitely proved that after his injury that he deserves to be here. But anyway, that's my player ratings for the 3-1 win over San Jose. And as always, come on, you loons.